forceful and vicious.
Recent attacks have left
3 sex attacks.
Riding Sydney's trains after dark can be a serious risk.
Warning, some of the footage is distressing.
Having a fun night out should include a safe ride home, whether you leave with your date or you choose to leave alone. But a recent study published by the Rail Tram and Bus Union shows that's not always the case, with over 60% of New South Wales women feeling unsafe on public transport after dark. The union is adamant this sort of behaviour is unacceptable and needs to be stamped out.
The Rail Tram and Bus Union has been extremely concerned about incidents of violence and harassment and antisocial behaviour. Since 2012, there have been almost 3,000 reported criminal incidents against women alone on public transport in New South Wales, and that's just the number of incidents that are reported.
Sydney has an average of 19 sexual assaults on public transport each month, a staggering figure made worse by inadequate security measures.
There's been a trend over the past few years to replace actual people with security cameras. In New South Wales, we've seen 600 transit officers being sacked. This means that there is a significantly reduced presence of staff working on the public transport network across New South Wales.
However, a lack of security is not solely to blame for these statistics.
We really need to look at what creates masculinity's idea that it's a really good night out when you go and harass some women and behave like nasty little dead shits. You know, the idea that masculinity is tied back to showing your aggression, your power and your control has to be changed, because that's the way we protect people against masculine aggression, is getting the idea is that aggression sucks. It doesn't prove you've got a long dick, it proves that you're actually stupid.
One possible solution to this problem is the introduction of women's-only carriages after 8 p.m.
The idea of safe carriages is something that has been used in other parts of the world where people who feel vulnerable can go and know that there's extra protections to ensure that they're not assaulted, attacked or harassed while they're travelling on public transport.
But not everyone feels this is a fitting solution, as it doesn't protect men from the same violence and may reduce women's ability to move freely in public space.
I feel like it could be good, but for young men that doesn't help them to be safe, because I think like a lot of the safety is like people pick fights and like younger men feel like they need to stand up for themselves, and that creates conflict.
I think if we're going to look at a good society, if we're going to look at a society that can treat all its citizens equitably, fairly, recognising both difference and overlaps, we don't need to set up divides that say this is for men, this is for women. The more we underpin the decisions we make with those sets of assumptions, the more we create gender inequality.
This sort of behaviour is not going to go away overnight, but if we don't have a serious conversation about how we can improve things, we're not going to get very far.
Doors closing. Please stand clear.
Sticky day!